is on Snowfall Island, and they decide that they're gonna take the Knockup Stream. There's a river. There's a river within Snowfall, and it has the Knockup Stream kind of at the end of it. It has a bunch of destroyed boats. The crew hits the Knockup Stream, and it sends them up to the Sky Islands. Immediately, they go through the White Sea, which is 7,000 meters up, and then they go through the White Sea, which is 10,000 meters up. Eventually, a giant dragon, as soon like their ship gets shot up in the air, a dragon, like not a. I know when we think of One Piece, Emil, we think of like the Kaido dragon, but this is like a Eastern dragon with like the really square cubed bodies. I don't know if that makes any sense at all.
It might.
Uh, and think of like Elden Ring dragon. There you go.
Okay.
And this dragon drops their ship onto like these hills, and there's a staircase with like 1 million stairs, and they ride the dragons up the staircase. While they're up there, they meet Summer, who says like this is her whole deal, this is her kingdom, and she is like this is her castle. And it is worth mentioning that this castle is bigger than any island that you guys have ever been on. This castle in and of itself is probably like the size of like I don't know. I live in Indiana. Her castle is probably the size of Indiana. It's a very large castle. It is a very 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 large castle. Uh, but then this whole thing sort of happens where she sort of whispers to Alu. You guys weren't exactly sure, but there was a lot of things going on between her and Alu. Alu made the decision without asking anybody and talking to anybody to jump off the Sky Island, which you are able to do. The Sky Island can hold like ships and stuff because it has like such a large mass, but people can. So she jumps back to the White Sea. She jumps into the White Sea. She falls down into the White Sea, and then she falls out of the White Sea, and she uses her Geppo to safely land back onto the island, and she goes into a submarine, and that was like the last of that. But then they went into an opposite town, and they started buying like dials, and oh yeah, dials, oh yeah, it's dials. So they started. Sorry, I'm so excited. So they started looking at dials, which I've been waiting for them to get. I've been waiting for all you guys to get a hold of dials since like the start of this campaign. And while you guys were there, you kind of were looking around the town, and June has like kind of left her mark all over this place, and it's like a very engineered town. And then the very last thing that happened, Winter had given Gunner a flower made of ice. Gunner looked at the flower, and it looked like that it was melting a little bit. Emil, your character right now, is currently riding on the back of a dragon outside of a shop that sells mediocre weaponry because this place doesn't have a whole lot of war. And Princess is with you because she's sort of like by your side at all times, as that was the order of Gunner.
Yeah.
Okay. Alu, how are you doing? Any questions?
No questions.
Okay. Emil, how are you doing? No questions.
None so far.
Gunner, how are you doing? Any questions?
Questions, yes, but none that can be answered at this moment.
Okay. Alright. Jeffrey, how are you doing? Any questions?
Well, when I passed out.
Okay. Ulfrin?
I'm good.
No, you're alright. Ulfrin, how are you doing? Any questions?
Nah, no questions. Well, a lot of questions, but none that I wish to ask.
Animal facts. Otters. Otters hold hands while they're sleeping to avoid floating away from each other. There we go. That's it. Otters hold hands while sleeping to avoid floating away from each other. Alright.
No, they're super cute. They're also assholes.
That's almost any animal, but you also gotta realize is that there's a certain demographic that likes to touch everything that's furry and think, oh, I can pet it.
That is definitely a Lou. That is the Lou's demographic.
Me. And I will also say that even though I know it's gonna probably tear my face off, I don't think I'd care.
We went to explore some odd readings we were getting, and while exploring, I found an entire colony of underwater cities that were on the backs of aquatic creatures.
Look, can this conversation be happening like in character?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you.
So, I walk up to Emil, who has now woken up from his nap on the back of a dragon. I'm just assuming that the sight of the dragon made him pass out because he's such a scaredy cat.
No, yeah, no, absolutely. He's never seen a dragon up close, so he would just faint.
After he has woken up, I tell him, Emil, we have a new crewmate. We, Paula was finding some weird readings the other day, and me, her, and Dr. Spring went to investigate the weird readings, and while down there, we came across these cities that were on the back of turtles and whales and snails. Thousands of them. 3,000 to be exact. 1,000 snails, 1,000 whales, and 1,000 turtles.
Emil looks like he's about to pass out again. He kind of like smacks his own face and like steals himself.
Princess is like, you need to stay awake.
Yes, of course. Sorry.
And so we ended up boarding one of these turtles. Very good people. They had a coliseum. And I was like, you know what? I heard that they got some really good prizes. One, that they had some berries, they had some emerald leaves, they had devil fruit. It's like, you know what? Yeah, we'll do that. I'll go into this coliseum and see if I can win. And while in this coliseum, I came across a giant. A 10-meter tall giant. Who was very quiet, but very strong. And the way this tournament, this Coliseum worked is they did it in a 2v2 scenario tournament. So I got paired up with their 30-foot tall giant. Me being only 6 inches tall. Yeah, why not? Pair the midget up with the giant. Why not? So we went through. We won the tournament. I offered this giant, whose name is Ulfrin, to join our crew, and he accepted. He has a very interesting backstory. All of his clan and family and his entire tribe was killed by Jormungandr.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's out for revenge against Jormungandr. We've got a bone to pick with Jormungandr. I figured, why not? Let's have him tag along. He looks like he's good in a fight, and I can say for a fact that he is good in a fight.
That's good.
So he joined along. Now, on our way back to while we were down there, I met a sick little girl and wanted to help her. And come to find out that she was having flu-like symptoms.
Is she
And
okay?
treatment was going to cost 500 million berries. Well,
Robbery.
the little girl, her dad was the owner of a weapons shop down there, and he sponsored me in the tournament with one of his guns. And told him if I won, I would give him half of whatever the berries I won was. Which worked out because the prize of berries was 1 billion. So it was like, well, here, I'll give you half of it. Well, by the time the tournament tournament ended, this little girl was in the hospital. She was so sick.
What about now? Is she okay?
She's okay now. Come to find out, the little girl had a devil fruit. And this devil fruit gives the user the ability to grant wishes. In exchange, every time she grants a wish, she gets even more sick.
Oh.
And she didn't want my money. She wanted to grant me a wish because I was so kind to her.
You didn't take it, did you?
I did.
Huh?
I wished for the little girl to no longer have the devil fruit and to no longer be sick. And it seemed to work. It worked. The little girl was no longer sick. The little girl was no longer had the devil fruit. She was perfectly fine. So we went about our business. We got Ulfred shrunk down so that he could fit in our submarine to come back up. So right now, and I point to my shoulder, right now he's only an inch tall.
Oh, he just kind of like waves. Hello.
I know it doesn't look like much, but I promise you, once it wears off, this dude's gonna be a giant.
Okay.
I hope so.
So afterwards, we came up, and on our way back to the ship from the Turtle City, we got sucked into a portal. And this portal took us to to Dice City, a land of casinos and gambling. And it was massive. The biggest city that we have ever seen. And it was completely underwater. There was a dome going over the entire city. We could look up and we saw a whale with a city on its back above us. And this city was bigger than that. So,
It's a lot.
but, yeah, so what happened there was apparently we got sucked through a portal that was created by a devil fruit. By these people that were working away on some computers. And they were freaking out because they sucked us in there. And they were like, oh no, we've done screwed up the whole timeline. And it's like, okay. And so they were frantically trying to send us back, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Trying to figure out where we are or what's going on. And they didn't answer any questions, and they sent us back. And we came back, and we came out the portal and landed right on the ship. But we landed on the ship like 5 minutes after me, Carla, and Dr. Spring took off on the ship. Off the ship. So we went back in time. But there was somebody waiting for us that wasn't there before.
Who?
That would be Hydrus.
She bends over. Well, that'd be me, of course. And she's like 10 feet tall, and her shadow is just like overlooking Emil.
Oh, hi.
So, Hydrus came about because that little girl who granted my wish didn't actually grant my wish.
Huh?
Yeah. The little girl, instead of granting my wish of her no longer having the devil fruit and to be well, instead wished that because I was so selfless and so kind to this little girl, she made the wish that she could grow up with me.
Oh.
So, Hydrus grew up with me.
She's in the crew
Mhm.
tab.
And has been part of the crew from the very beginning.
I see. Well, I guess, welcome is in order.
Yeah. You want to read this new comic book? You should definitely check out volume 33. Look at this. And there's like some people like sword fighting on the page, and she pulls out another one, and then maybe you should check out this one. This one's even way better. The character development's awesome and off the chain. And she gives you like this big pile. You know what? You should just read them all.
Yeah, sure. He's just kind of like tries not to fall over.
Princess.
It's energetic.
Oh, me? Yeah. Here. She just drops like a big pile of books onto Ulfrin.
Which is also Gunner.
Princess, she like yells out to Gunner, didn't you say something about June having something to do with those turtles and the whales and the snails?
Yeah, apparently, June of the month series of the annual Pirates, originally, created those cities when she was 5 years old. And then I hold out my hands and swing around. This city we're currently in was created by June when she was only 6 years old.
Talented kids.
And she also has a strange fascination with the number 3. Very strange.
Alright, what would you guys like to do inside this lovely town? Alu, I love like everything that's happening with you right now. You guys are like fighting for your lives. I love you so much. Alright. What would you guys like to do in this peaceful, calm, delightful town?
Well, for starters, I'm gonna take Ulfrin and hand him the Hydrus and be like, here, I need you to watch over him for a little bit.
Oh my gosh! He picks Ulfrin up. You look like Mini-Man! And she picks up this comic book. Oh my god, it says here that Mini-Man was so strong, even despite his not very mighty size. Is that you?
I couldn't have read that you were talking.
She just sticks you in her chesticles, and then she just sticks the book in there, and she's like, you can read that.
Do I have a choice?
Not really.
Oh, fine.
Good. And then she runs over to Gunner, but she's so big that when she runs, it's like stomp, stomp. She like shakes the ground. So, what's next, Captain Man?
Well, I need you to wait here with Emil and Princess for a little bit.
Oh,
I'll be right back, I promise. I just need to have a one-on-one conversation with Redwing.
oh, yeah. Redwing. She like kind of sticks her head out, and she's sort of just been sitting on the ground like polishing her sword. Oh, with me?
Yeah.
I don't think I did anything wrong.
Somewhere a bit nicer and more quiet and have this conversation.
Oh, no.
Let's go to the park.
The park? Okay. And then Redwing, she like looks back to everyone, like shrugs her shoulders, like she has no idea like what's going on. And then a comic book hits the back of her head. Read this one.
So,
Alright.
we walk over to the park. I'm assuming we find a nice little bench to sit on.
Yeah, but there's like these 3 trees, and then there's these 3 trash cans, and then you see like this little circle that has like these 3 rocks in it, and then there's 3 benches like all facing each other.
I motion her over to the bench and I'm like, come on, let's go sit over here.
Do you want me to sit across from you or with you?
You can sit with me. I would prefer that.
Oh, wow. We don't really go on dates often. We're typically with everyone else. So it's quite nice.
Yes, this is nice. We'll see how long you say that for.
Oh,
Something has been brought to my attention that I need to ask you about.
I'll do my best.
How long have you known winter, summer, spring, and autumn?
Well, it's hard to say really. I lived in a village, and Autumn, she was kind of always our older sister. She was always the one who took care of us. But she sort of disappeared here and there. I don't know, as long as I can remember. I don't really know my parents at all.
Alright. Do you happen to know what Autumn did when she disappeared like that?
She was a pirate. I'm sure she did a lot of things that could either be looked at in not a manner. I mean, look at us. We enslave kids sometimes. We, destroy nations, and then sometimes we help people out. I mean, I can't imagine it'd be any different than what we do.
I imagine not, but she has a certain history with someone that's on our crew.
Okay.
Autumn is responsible for killing the entire village that Alu is from.
She just goes kind of silent. Doesn't say anything for a little bit.
And I just need to know, did you have any part of that?
She just remains silent for quite a bit. And then she says, I did not have any part in it, but I knew that there were multiple, just like us, I knew that there was multiple, very bad things that Autumn has done.
For the most part, I can look over most bad things that people have done, so long as they're willing to help others when needed.
Do we help others when needed?
I like to think we do.
Okay.
But I understand that there's also something that you've been looking for.
I'm looking for a lot of things.
A map of sorts.
Oh. Yes. Is Autumn stealing the map? Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Autumn doesn't have the map.
What do you mean? She obviously does have the map. She was the only one that was there. She got the map and then ran off. Everybody knows that.
No, she wasn't the only one there.
Well, of course, there's people that she had to fight along the way. She is a very powerful rogue pirate. Of course, there was other people there that she had to fight, but... And then she just kind of goes silent.
She took somebody with her when she went to steal the map.
Redwing's like, alright, look. We all have dedicated our lives to defeating and taking down Autumn, and then going even further, and then taking down Sin. Autumn stole the map, and because of that, it created a war of which nobody could rise from. And Sin, she owned us all. I don't know what you're trying to imply. I don't are you saying I have the map?
No. I'm saying Alu stole the map from Autumn.
Well, that would just be silly because then we would already be at Big Berry Island.
Well, it's not a map through Big Berry Island, it's just a map of Big Berry
Oh,
Island.
wait, hold on. So, wait, hold on. Because So, I've been with you for a few months now. And you've known this entire time that I wanted to take down Autumn, and that all of us want to take down the Sins and take down Autumn. And you've known that we've only that is our goal. That is our one goal. That's why we're all here. We're all here together at Octoberus Castle, so that we can plan a strike on Autumn and then plan a strike on Sin. And after all of this, you're saying that was just that we were just wrong. And you've just known this the whole time?
I know Alu got the map from Autumn. I'm not saying Autumn didn't steal it from Sin, but I know Alu has the map right now. And the reason I haven't said anything is because she told me in confidence and told me not to tell anybody else. It wasn't my secret to share.
But I'm your wife. Why would you marry me? Why would you... I fought for you. She points to like her really messed up eye. This was for you. You thought after all that you couldn't trust me?
It's not that I don't trust you. I trust you with my life.
Well, clearly not. Well, clearly not. This is everything.
Apologize.
An apology. People are dying for this. February, March, they're gone. Well, your apology isn't bringing them back.
It wasn't my secret to tell.
But it was your secret to hide. Do you know,
It was not.
when we first met, you told me that you thought me getting married was silly, and you thought I should just wait. But maybe you're right. Maybe I should have just waited. People are gone that are important to me that aren't coming back. And you've known?
Yes, I've known. I haven't known for that long, but I've known.
I mean, but you're joking, because we'd already have been to Big Berry Island. We would. You're just kidding, you know? It's a cruel joke, but it's a cruel joke. But you're just joking.
I wish I was joking.
Can you just
Believe
go for it? Can you just go?
Before I walk away, I pull out that ice rose that Winter gave me, and I'm like, I understand I betrayed your trust by not telling you about this.
Just
And I am deeply sorry for that. But there's somebody else now that we both care about that is in danger as I show that the ice rose is melting. And I'm like, something is wrong. And I understand you're mad at me. I understand you don't want anything to do with me at this very moment. But there's someone that needs our help. If you want to help me help her, I would be forever in your debt. I already am. But if you decide not to come, I would understand.
You see her kind of, she doesn't even have like the courage to look in your direction, and you just see like the back of her head, and then she gets up from the bench and quickly walks like past you, and she says, "Let's go then." Doesn't say anything else.
I run after her, and before she can gets too far, I do jump on her shoulder and tell her, I know right now you are very mad at me. Just want you to know I do still care about you very deeply. And then I give her a kiss on the cheek, and then I jump down and we run.
She doesn't say anything, but she does look at you like while you're running away.
Alright, so we make it to the dragons.
Nope, you guys are at the dragons. Now this is important. There are a total of 3 dragons.
I tell them we need to go back to your master's hold. Back to summer hold.
Yes, I can. However, flying here has made me tired. I can fly back, but it might be much more slow than you were anticipating.
How much slow?
He looks over at like the other dragon. Both of us together, we will probably be maybe 8 hours. You guys will be able to have a nice rest.
Okay. It's not going to bother you when someone grows in size in the middle of this fight, will it?
Absolutely not. I am a creature of strength. I did want to also bring up that on your guys' character sheets, there are no like limits. You guys can go like crazy. You can apply whatever you want. Like you don't have to like +5 if you guys want to go like past 18 or 20 or 22. You guys can make your strength and stuff as strong as you want. This is the One Piece world, and people are like breaking mountains in half with their strength. Like go crazy.
Yes, I witnessed that firsthand.
Alright, so the dragon's flying, you guys are long resting. Gunner, you have your flick back. All of you guys, you have your everything back. Redwing, she's not like making eye contact with anyone. Alright. Yeah, eventually, you guys, you took a long time getting there, you took a long time coming back. Gunner, how's the low? You pull the rose out. It looks like it's melted quite a bit more. There's not a whole. It's melted quite a bit more.
Oh boy, that's not good.
Alright. You guys, looking at the map, you guys are traveling across this huge bridge of like clouds. And eventually while you're traveling across you see like this brown-haired girl who looks like she's surfing on like on top of like the white sea water, and she's like, oh yeah, and she has like these gears and like cogs and stuff in the back of her head, and it looks like she's just having kind of like a lot of fun.
Okay. He's surfing.
She is surfing. She is surfing. Sorry, I was looking. And then she waves to you guys. How are you guys doing? And then she's like, watch this. And then she like hits like this button with her foot, and she does like this cool flip. And then she's like, what would you guys rate that one?
I'd give it an 8.
Only an 8? Oh, that's bullshit. And then she like kicks it again, and then she tries to does like an even better flip this time. And she's like, what about that?
Give it an 8.5.
Oh, that's
You do a
fucking
barrel-
bullshit.
If you could do a barrel roll in the middle of the flip, that'd be a 10.
I'll have her roll for it. She falls off the board, and she falls off the board, and then she lands in like the white sea, and she starts like falling through, but then her board like picks her up, and then she like comes out of the river, and she's like, all right, that was bullshit. You guys didn't see that shit. And she's like, she just won't stop cuss. She's like a cuss word after every word, it feels like. And she's like, where the fuck are you guys going? But she's like smiling. She's like she's smiling a lot and like laughing. Looks like she's having a good time.
So we're heading to Summer Holes.
Oh, Summerhold, huh? Oh, I think that's where Summer lives. Yeah, that's where it is. That's where it is. Well, I'll see you guys around. And she does like this little U-turn on her board. And she starts like going the opposite direction of you guys. Alright, so eventually, after a very weird trick person doing tricks on their surf hoverboard, you guys, before you even see anything, you can hear what sounds like explosions, and you hear huge like waves of crashing and like thunder. Just you can, even though you're in the air and it wouldn't make any sense, you can feel the quakes. I guess. Like there's a lot going on, and you guys come through and you see Summer's castle, and it is completely taken over with gigantic explosions. And there's this huge tree growing out of like the side of her castle that wasn't there before, and it's like completely on fire. But also, as the dragons are flying, as the dragons are flying, you see like the knock-up stream where you guys came through. The knock-up stream shoots through the clouds, and then you see like this big ship. It's a huge ship, and it's a ship you guys have seen before, with the letter J on it. And
It's January.
it is January. Alright, what do you guys want to do here? You guys can't really see who's like on the ship, but you guys can see the ship. If that makes sense, you guys are a bit too far away.
Fair enough. I guess, until the drag. So has their ship landed?
Their ship is like just landing on the sea. Typically, a dragon would grab the boats that like come up. However, they're all so occupied with something that's going on.
I asked the dragon I'm riding, is there any way you can grab their ship and drag it over to Summerhold with us?
That one's a bit too big for me, but I might be able to grab the people on board.
You know, that'll work.
All right, and he goes, and he like flies towards January's ship, and then he spreads out his wings, and he lands on top of it. The ship's like way bigger than he is. January has a very large ship, and he lands on the ship, and you see like a bunch of people. You see a couple missing people. Like she doesn't have her whole crew anymore. You don't see January herself.
That's the crew. Where's January at? I need to talk to her right now.
She's in the captain's quarters. What's going on up here? We're in the sky? This place is weird.
Yes, welcome to the Skybound Archipelago. Now, excuse me, I need to go talk to your captain. And I'll run towards her quarters.
Alright. Alright, you run towards the quarters, and like the door is like cracked open.
I thought the door was gone.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, the last time I was on her ship, she completely busted her own door down.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Yeah, there's been some time in between, okay?
She got it fixed.
Yeah, there you go. There's a mechanic on this ship, okay? Alright.
I'm back.
Hi, Emil. So the two dragons have just landed on a ship that has come up through the Knock-Up Stream. It's January's ship. Alright. And so her captain's cabin door is like cracked open.
Cracked how far? Because cracked for a normal person is like, I can just walk right through it.
Yeah, you can just walk right through it.
Before I walk in, I look in and make sure there ain't nothing like super serious going on.
It does look like there is something quite serious. There is a conversation between January and then someone else. There's a conversation with a former Mrs. Mink.
Yeah, I had a feeling. In that case, I don't open the door really, but I kind of just walk through the crack and then kind of bang my hand up against the door frame to let them know I'm there.
You can't see January's face. She has like this thick hood, this thick black hood. She has like a bunch of feathers on it, and like her arms are like inside the sheet, and it looks like her whole body is just covered, but Alu can see her. So, but then Alu does like look over to you.
Well, hello, long time no see. I'm glad to see you made it back up. Yeah, there's a lot to catch you up on. I look at January and tell her, look, I know we didn't part on the best of terms. I am so happy to see that you made it up here safe, though. I am so happy to see you.
She says, yes. And she takes off her cloak, and there's like this huge, like she's missing her left eye, and there's like a burn mark going down the left side of her face and her left shoulder, but then like her entire left arm's gone, and it's like bandage, and it's like a numb. And she walks over to the shelf, and she grabs like her handgun, and she puts it into like her pocket. She's like, what the fuck's going on up here?
Yeah. You remember Winter?
Of course.
I think Summer might be working with Autumn.
January sort of stops moving for a second, and then she looks at you, and then she just keeps putting like more guns into like her belt with her one arm, and she's like, "So be it. That is what it is."
So, I don't know if you remember her, but Winter, she kind of started following us around there
Of
for a
course,
little
I
while.
know Winter.
Yes. Well, she's in trouble. And I believe Summer is working with Autumn. And I believe Winter and Spring have nothing to do with it. And Winter is in trouble. She gave me this ice flower, told me that if it started to melt, it was because something was happening to her. It is almost melted, and I need your help, please.
January, she like shakes her head a little bit. Interesting. She sets a gun on like the table and slides it over to like Alu. And she says, "Alu, does that sound like our problem?"
No, not really.
Ah, right. Go ahead and scram. We got work to do.
Well, I don't know what work you're going to be doing considering the fact you're stuck in the clouds right now and can't fucking go nowhere. She takes this like ammunition, she sets it on her belt, and she's like, "Come on, Alu, let's go." And then she like hits the sails on her ship, and they take like a hard left, and her boat just starts moving opposite direction. But I mean, the dragons are like, "You guys are all still on board January's ship," but she's like so preoccupied and focused on the other stuff. I really use your help, but I need to go now. So, if you're not coming, you say it's not your problem, so be it.
Lou, why don't you and your captain? She just like waves her hand, closes her office door. I'll let you guys have the room.
I've got places to be, actually, so I'm gonna have to just go ahead and get going. I've got this present I deliver first.
Is that right? Well,
It's a very important present.
unless it's a present for Summer, I'm honestly not too worried about it.
No.
Well, Alu, unless you're coming with us, I'll leave you here with January.
Okie dokie.
Back on the dragon I go, and back off we go.
Alright. And then. Alright, I wasn't sure how that went. Alright, January doesn't say anything, but you see kind of her and Lou go to like the bottom compartments of the ship, and they just take off into like a different direction. Alright, and then. Alright, the dragons take up to the air, and. Again, her castle is so large. It is super big. We're talking about like the estate, like the United States of America, all the states. This is like, again, it's like the size of Indiana. It's a really, 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 really large castle, and there's 1 million steps that you typically have to walk up if you wanted to get up it. But because you guys are on the dragons, you guys just sort of fly up. And you guys get to the. Oh, I'm sorry.
So we're landing at the top of the steps.
Yep. Unless you guys say otherwise.
I say we land at the top of the steps.
Alright, you guys land at the top of the steps. And the sky sort of cracks. Like this big crack appears in the sky, and this lightning bolt hits this castle on the side, and it remains. And the lightning bolt follows, and it hits like the staircase, causing even more like explosions. And like the staircase is like completely destroyed. So people who want to walk up it, which nobody probably ever would, people who want to walk up it have the ability to.
Okay.
And you don't immediately see anything when you get inside. There's just this huge empty room that doesn't really look like there's a lot, and it's this huge stone room with like stone balconies. But you don't see really anything. It's the room you guys first walked into when you got here. Princess, she says to Emil, "You're not scared, are you?"
Me? Never. Not at all. He's shaking visibly.
And then Hydrus is like, she says to Ulfrin, "Are you about finished with that? I have another one for you once you finish up with that book."
I'm actually normal size at this point, right?
Very close.
4. Wait, hold on. Is it 4 hours?
What?
Roll with it.
It's been 4 hours, I'd say. I will say that your body is feeling very, very tingly, very like jumpy. Like you feel very weird. Feels, I don't know. Have you ever took pre-workout? It feels like you just took a fuck ton of pre-workout. You got the shakes everywhere. But she pulls out this book and she goes, "Well, since you're almost finished reading that one, you're gonna have to start up this one."
Wait, I'm confused. So, am I still small or am I big? I'm
No,
actually
no.
very confused.
No, you're still small.
You're like right on the edge of becoming big. Well, I guess I'm gonna yell out for spring and winter. See if we can find them.
Okay. So you yell out, and this like lightning, like visible lightning, like jumps across the ceiling, and the ceiling just explodes, and like a bunch of large stones, like fall down.
Oh boy.
And then Ulfrin, as like while you're sitting in her chesticles, your arm just it first grows long, like it doesn't even grow wide like the muscle, it just grows long, so it looks like a twig tree branch.
Oh, crap.
And she throws you out. "Oh, you look weird now. You're not like Mini-Man. He's a hero. Oh." And then your leg grows along like a super extensively long tree branch, but again, not a whole lot of width. It's just super long. and
Why are we doing 1980s cartoon version? I thought we were doing fucking 2000s version.
and you're just left like that for a few minutes, like, but you feel your other arm, like your arm and your other leg, like uncontrollably shaking.
This feels fucking weird.
Alright, so as like all the stuff, all the debris is falling from the ceiling, this gigantic like pillar of ice falls through, and it like shatters, and then like this huge gust of wind comes out of the ceiling, and as it hits the ground, it like blows all you guys. And then Ulfrin, as it's happening, you like turn back, like it just all it just all comes back to you, and you are that beautiful giant. God, I love your character design so much.
very Disney.
And, you know, of course, I'm sorry. Of course, Hydrus being Hydrus, she like immediately jumps on your back. She has like stars in her eyes. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you're like Giant Man! No, 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 no! You're like that the gigantic, even giganticer man! No, no, no! You're like Mountain Man! No, 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 no! Hey, maybe you should try." And again, she just won't stop being annoying, like as she always is. And then you see spring, winter, and summer like all kind of fall out of the ceiling as more debris. And spring and winter look pretty like messed up, but summer like looks the worst of the three. And she doesn't have her sword from what you can see.
Well, I run up to him.
Okay, who are you running up to first?
Between winter and spring, which one looks more messed up?
Winter.
Then I am running up to winter and
Okay.
gonna tell her she needs to use the that you know, ask her if she's all right. Does she need a med kit? What can I do?
She sits there and she's like, and you see like this huge like indents in her neck and like in her arm, and you see like some of her hair kind of like chipped away, like someone tried shaving her hair off, and she's just it doesn't seem like she can make out any words.
Well, in that case, I pull out the ultra rare med kit that she has on her and use it on her.
Okay. Alright, go ahead and roll for it. 51, holy shit, dude. Oh my god. So you do that, and then Winter, she gets up, and she still looks really beat up, for the sake of storytelling. And she sort of grabs her arm, and she says, "Is spring okay? Is summer okay?"
Summer looks beat up worse than you, and
You take care of them, please. And she like stands up a little bit. Where is he at? Be careful. Where? She like looks around up at like the ceiling. She looks around her. You need to hurry up. We all have to leave. And she starts like limp walking with like still holding onto her arm. We need to go. Get them. We need to leave now. Now.
so well, I'm gonna take your rare med kit and take it over to Spring, so that Spring can
Do what you gotta
be
do.
the best one
That's fine.
be the best one to heal Summer. Alright, so I grab the rare med kit that Winter has and run over to Spring with it.
Alright. Okay. So So Spring, she gets up and she's immediately looking back around. Are they gone? Are they not here? Are they? And then she yells at you. We need to leave now. We gotta go. We gotta go right now. And she starts immediately running away.
I
She
yell out, Spring, you gotta help Summer.
leave her. She told us to leave her. And Summer, she just says, "Go. Just leave. Hurry. Don't waste time. Every second counts." And she like coughs up blood, and the blood like swoops down into the stone floor. Then you see more lightning, like shroud and crash and fall into the ceiling.
Alright. How far away am I from Summer?
You're really close.
Can I throw Summer to Ulfrin?
You can try. You go ahead and give me a strength. Only if it was Ulfrin throwing her.
Yeah, but I think Ulfrin could probably get to her really quick.
That is true. He's very fast, but like not in the traditional way.
I have longer strides. Well, semi-longer strides, because we had to keep it somewhat, fair.
Okay, I'd say that when you throw her, she lands at Ulfrin's feet. And not like a complete and total launch into the air, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Just when it lands and slides at his feet.
Yeah.
Okay. I yell at Ulfrin to pick her up and run. And then I tell Winter, come on, let's go.
Winter, she's like trying to run, but she's doing the best she can, and Spring's doing the best that she can. And Winter, she's like, I'm gonna use my devil fruit, and she creates like this huge wall of ice behind all you guys. And then you guys like run further, and then she creates another huge wall of ice, trying to like make walls. And then she makes a third wall of ice, but then it all amounts to nothing when this dense ball of lightning pierces the ice, and just immediately this deep voice is just like, where do you guys think you're going?
I look at Winter and tell her, turn the floor to ice. We need to get out of here as fast as we can.
Winter, she just, I'm gonna try. And she does that. She does turn the floor to ice. And this is who is... There is one man standing in front of you, guys, who is like... He has like an arm chopped off. Like he's bleeding from the arm, like aggressively bleeding from the arm. It looks like he is one hit away from dying. He has blood on his... He keeps coughing up blood. But then there's one man who looks like relatively okay. And Winter, she creates the ground of ice. She's like, "What now, Captain?"
I look at her and I'm like, I'm sorry to have to do this. And then I grab her shirt and I just fling her across the floor.
All right. So you just throw Winter.
I just throw Winter and she slides across the floor since it's made of ice now.
All right. She slides across the floor. And what do you want? What do you want everyone to do? What is everybody doing? At the entrance, these two are standing, kind of.
Are they at the entrance or or standing closer to the hole in the ceiling?
I'm sorry, they're standing closer to the hole in the ceiling, but that is their entrance. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay. So,
What is everybody doing
Well-
here? Emil, old friend, Jeffrey, what are you guys doing?
So currently, I have Hydrus, who's I think somewhere on my back, and I'm holding Autumn. I think I'm holding
Summer.
Summer.
Summer. I'm holding Summer.
Yeah, the meal is just kind of on standby in case anyone needs him to do anything.
Princess, she like grabs your hand. This is fucking awesome, isn't it? Whoa.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't really get to get out of the base all that much all the time. I've never seen anything like this place.
Oh, you're gonna see a whole bunch of this from going onwards. And Gunner, what is everybody? Are you Gunner? You're gonna run away? What are you guys gonna do? Everyone's kind of waiting on you to give orders.
Well, so you said one of them looks pretty beat up, missing an arm, almost dead.
Nova, he looks like he is like one breath away from just dying. He looks absolutely destroyed, like completely obliterated. He has one arm missing. He's coughing up blood. He's not looking good. But Olympus does look mostly relatively fine, although you could tell that he's been in a scuffle.
I look at Hydrus and I tell her, grab Summer from Ulfrin and to run away.
Okay, because that's what heroes do. And then she climbs like up Ulfrin's back and over his mighty girthy chest. And dude, we're gonna have to install ladders on this fucking guy. And then she climbs down his body.
My armor could just be like reinvented by Carla so I can have like seats and ladders.
Dude, that is goddamn genius. That was actually a good idea. Oh my god.
Our walking fortress.
Those
You
are-
know what? Someone write that down so we can go ahead and have Carla look into that.
Write that down, write that down.
Someone write it down.
And then, she grabs Summer. Okay, I'm just gonna run now. And Hydrus, she does. But I could stay and fight. That's what heroes would do.
Take Summer somewhere safe, and then you can run back.
Copy that, Captain. And then she jumps off, like, the side of this cliff. And Princess is like, what should I do? Everyone's just waiting their orders.
Let's see here.
I think Princess is asking what you want him.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out on the fly. Alright, so Princess, obviously wherever Princess goes, Emil's gonna be right behind her. So,
But you mean big bro?
Oh, right.
She like aggressively slaps you in the back.
look at Princess and I tell her, get ready for a fight, because it looks like we're about to be in one.
Awesome! Princess jumps on Emil's back. You heard of the captain? Yeah! Yeah, she like hits you in the back. Yeah! Come on! Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah, right. Just, stay by my side. Don't get into danger, okay?
Captain, do you think this is a wise idea?
Whether or not I think it's a wise idea, and whether or not we have much of a choice, I think are two different things at this moment. Is it wise? Absolutely not. Do we have much of a choice? No, because they're probably not going to let us run away.
But a fight it is.
Purple Starling, she yells, and she grabs like her birds. We're gonna go back down to the ship, like you had originally promised us. That we'd be safe.
Yes, yes.
Alright,
Yes.
so they all fly away.
Yeah. Y'all go to the ship.
Alright, before this kicks off, Ulu. Yeah,
Yes.
here we are. We've been patiently waiting. So, are you wanting to use your devil fruit right now?
No, not right now.
Okay. January says she like holds up a knife. Should I just kill them, or what are you thinking?
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I've got somewhere to be.
January says, but you asked me to keep them alive. I kept them alive for you. If you're done with them, then I'm done with them.
Let me think. Well, I only kept one alive.
That is true. That is true. You are
Just
correct.
go ahead. Down.
Go ahead and kill him, huh?
Yeah.
January, she takes her pistol out and she just aggressively fires, finishes off Snowfall.
I'll find somebody a little bit stronger.
And of course, Yorman is like, he's still down there, just, still on the pillows, hard as fuck on the pillows. In January, she questions you. She's like, so, have you thought about trying any?
Trying any what?
She reaches for a pillow, but like Yorman slaps her hand away of the pillows.
No. I don't know where they've been.
January says, alright, so what's our plan here? We deliver him, and then what?
We deliver him, and then I go back out on my adventure, and you can do whatever you want, and then I will come and re-find you.
Oh, wait. We had a deal.
About me giving you some souls?
You get the devil fruit. I get the souls and the berries. But I want something else.
Talked about last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just told you we're gonna need a little bit more power. She's got a huge ship. So
There's
the
something.
only other thing I can think of, especially since you guys are already tired and exhausted after your battle, is to go back and I guess help out the other ones and then take them to the ship. Don't you remember that plan?
Yes.
I mentioned it to you the last time. So let's go ahead and drop this guy off and then go back over there.
Yes, but I want something else. One more thing. All of these pillows that she has, I want them all. I can sell them.
I don't care. You can have them.
Okay. She like takes one, she cuts it open, and all of like the drugs fall out. And she says, each of these maybe 200 million berries each. And she points to like all the duffel bags in the corner. She points to all the duffel bags in the corner. We have maybe billions of berries of duffel bags over here. Do you understand? I want all of that.
Full of drugs?
Yes.
Maybe that's why she can't get out of that one spot.
Hey. Well, hopefully she can't, because we're going to be right there. These two men, Novo and Olympus, Novo, he's like grunting, and he's like, we're gonna need you to. And Olympus puts out his hand. Quiet there, brother. Let me do the speaking. We're gonna need you guys to cough up those devil fruits. Any devil fruits. We're gonna need you guys to cough up those women. Any berries you guys have. You have to cough everything up. Your days of adventure are done. It's over now. It's done.
I don't know who y'all are here for. I don't know who y'all work for. But I'm going to tell you now. I suggest you turn around and go back the other way before you get hurt. Even worse than you already are. Y'all already don't look very good. And I'm going to tell you now, chances are it's not going to end very well for y'all. Y'all just need to go ahead and go back out that hole and leave. If you want to live.
Olympus does look at Novo after you say that, and he goes, you need to go. I will deal with this riffraff. And Novo, he's like, okay. And then lightning sort of like shrouds his body, and he, like this huge bolt of lightning like hits the ceiling, and it like disappears. And Olympus, he like looks down at his hand and he looks up to you guys. Is it a fight that you're after? Give me the girl.
Look over at Jeffrey and I say, do what you do best while I keep him distracted for now.
And nod and disappeared.
So, why are y'all after these girls? Who do y'all work for?
As I'm assuming Jeffrey is sneaking around.
Sure. Yeah,
The
that's why I'm just talking.
the man at Olympus, he says, it's simple really. Sen needs someone dead, and I'm her guy.
Huh. Is that right?
Of course.
Now, why would Sin want these girls dead?
Because they were given direct orders to stay put. And they decided to hide all the way up here. Unbeknownst to me, I'd be so lucky and I'd find summer here and winter and spring. And even all those pesky months and April. And look, it's a family reunion practically.
Would you like me to roll anything to see if I successfully sneak?
No, just because he actually does have a very low perception, believe it or not. At least in this. Right now, he has a very low perception, so there's no way that he would see you. And I really don't want to roll for it, because it's not in his character to see you. After he says that, Jeffrey, go ahead and give us your hit.
Roll with my molar dagger
Okay.
and decapitate us. Hard enough now.
You also rolled in the wrong spot.
I did. Wasn't that one, sir?
Oh, wow. Okay. So, alright, so you go to swing, not only do you, like, miss, but you, like, fall, you drop the tonic dagger. You drop the, not the tonic, you drop the dagger. And the dagger, loudly, like, scrapes across the ground. And he's just, child's play. Like I said, riffraff. Anything else you guys would like to try?
Being that has failed, I look at Ulcer and I'm like, time to smash, and then I pull out my gun and go to shoot him.
Okay.
Eternal, has it been a new day yet?
Yes. Oh, yeah, it has.
Yes.
Yes, it
It is a
has.
new day now.
Okay, yep, you go ahead and you can roll for your devil fruit if that's what you're asking for.
That was asking.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do all that.
Okay. Then we'll get down to the nitty gritty.
Do I roll 100?
1 through 300, that is correct. What devil fruit will you get? Will you split a mountain in half? Will you split your friends in half? 202. I'm curious.
Oh.
202. Let me see. Where's Jeffrey? Pirate Crew. I am fucking up. There it is. Sorry for taking so long here. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. You get the Sea Prism Chest Grenade. When this grenade's thrown, it spawns a Sea Prism chest. Sea Prism meaning that when touched, it makes people who are weak to devil fruits. So, when you spawn it, like, it's gonna be a chest made of Sea Prism stone, which means you can't really touch it, but it also requires a lockpick of 25 or a critical success to open. So it's like this impenetrable.
Alright, the other one I rolled was 246.
246. Oh, this this you get the Casino Zone grenade, which it makes a portal to the casino world.
It makes a portal to Night City.
The casino zone.
No, it's a different place.
The casino world. Like, it's literally like a whole different, like, not like different realm.
I would pick that one.
Okay. That was fun,
So
though.
sound, also good, bad, all at the same time.
No gambling.
The ultimate death. A gambling addiction.
Alright. That was so awesome. Alright.
I mean, isn't that what D&D essentially is? You're gambling to see if you actually do good or not.
I mean, yes, but fuck.
Is
Alright.
it gambling if there's no monetary, nothing to be gained physically?
Fun is what you gain. I don't know.
Yes, because you still gain the
And you
knowledge.
gamble
knowing-
spiritually?
I don't know. That's a good
I
question.
guess, yes.
Yes.
Alright. Is there anyone else who want to roll their devil fruits right now in this moment?
I mean, if you don't mind taking the time to go ahead and roll Red Wings.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Red Wing, 1d45.
Is she going to with y'all being pissed off at each other?
No, she is royally pissed off with me right now.
33. You guys get 4 grilled cheeses. That's it. Like, they don't do nothing. They're just grilled cheeses. Or 38. Which is actually more snail rings. Earrings that allow you to talk to each other. This is what Princess and Emil got.
Ah. You know what?
Oh, it's grilled cheese.
You're gonna do what?
The snail rings are like earrings, but like essentially they're like Bluetooth earrings that allow people to communicate like to each other, like cell phone earrings.
Oh, it's snail time.
I
I don't know if that's good or bad.
she takes them and she like slams them in your hand. Aggressive.
Yeah, she's still pissed. I'm just grateful I'm not on the bottom of her pin.
All right.
You and me both.
Is there anybody else? Took me a second to get that. Is there anybody else you want to roll their double fruits right now?
Click.
Okay, click Ken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 5. Oh, that's a 1. Click. You get a +10 in survival, Alu.
Alright.
She click. This beautiful melody, but it's like kind of high pitched because she's a mouse.
Who summoned the orchestra?
So Olympus, he says to you guys. He points. He like raises his finger. You, Navy kid.
Gee.
Come here. I'd like to have some tea with you.
Okay. Yeah, maybe a little approach.
Okay. And he sits on the ground. He sits on the ground as all this is happening, and he takes out like this big little napkin. Not a napkin. He takes out like a large towel, and he sets like a cup for you down. He sets a cup for himself down. And there's like some water. He drops like this tea fragrance in there, and then you see him hold the pot. And as he holds the pot, like where he's holding it gets like red as if it's getting hot, and it just starts boiling. The water just like immediately starts boiling, and he pours some for you, and then he pours some for himself. And then he says, "Heroborn,
Yeah.
How about?"
Kind of like looks away nervously.
Princess is like, "You get him, big bro." Olympus, he just sips his tea. Why don't you go ahead and try some? It's special brewed. This is Sin's favorite, actually.
I'd like to pull insight to see if he looks like he's plotting anything.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and roll that. See my insight. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so it's just a. That's a 16.
Alright, so you roll a 16, and he says, "You might find this embarrassing, but I've always had." Oh, I'm sorry. He did roll with a 16. He looks like just honestly very genuine. Like this, he looks like a very genuine. You can't really tell like he's up to anything.
Right.
He might be.
He'll take the cup, but he won't take a sip yet.
Okay. And he says to you, your sister, Endive, I'll be honest with you, kid. I've always had the largest crush on her.
Her?
Yeah, yep. Strong, nice voice.
Obviously, I don't see what you see in her. Any of them just kind of like looks away and looks a little annoyed.
Oh, anyways, if I see her again, old rival of mine, seems like we get into scrap every other day. I'll tell her that I ran into you, but I have to
Please
ask. Wait, what?
Please don't.
he like laughs, ha ha ha, kid. Come on now. But I would hate to tell her that I ran into you dead. So, are you gonna get up out of here? Or are you gonna play around with your pirate friends?
Listen, his teacup is like shaking as he is. Like, his body's shaking, but his face, he's locked in. It's like, I'm here on an important mission. I'm not gonna abandon it.
Ah, spoken like a true Marine. I like it, kid. You got nice guts. Say, why don't you come work for Sun?
Excuse me?
Why don't you come work for Sun? You can work with me. I'll train you up a bit. Maybe teach you some, what do you dwellers call them, hockey?
Hockey? I've heard of that before.
Come on. You don't want to keep playing pirates with your loser friends back there, do you?
He's gonna look over at a princess for her input.
Princess is kind of like, she just like very happily, innocently like waves at you like, hi, big bro.
Like I said, she's kind of part of those pirates, and I
Oh,
kind of have to protect her.
who is she?
I'm not sure I'm at liberty to share that with you.
No, now I'm curious. Well, come on, have her come up here too.
He's going to cautiously wave Princess over.
Princess looks over to Gunner for like permission.
I kind of nod to her, but then I look at Ulfrin and I'm like, anything goes sideways, be prepared to drop that axe onto his head.
I hold out my axe and kind of move to the left, just like find like a side wall to just hang out on.
Okay. Alright, and then Princess, she kind of like, she walks up, and she kind of actually stands behind Emil a little bit intimidated by the guy. And Olympus, and he says, oh, Queen and Prince and Majesty, how did you ever end up as a pirate? The world works in mysterious ways. So, what is it? You two join me and Sin? You know, your mother used to be the seventh son of Wrath. It would be very fitting. Although I don't think she is going to be going anywhere soon.
So
So,
Emil takes a deep breath and he's like, I can't say that I have any interest in it. And honestly, these pirates have not only been nice to me these few days, but they've shown me a lot more than my worldview has allowed me to see. Although, whatever Princess goes with, I go with.
and Princess, she says, well, sorry, but I'm sticking with Gunner, dude. She doesn't have like any respect here. I'm sticking with Gunner, dude.
Well, you've heard it. She's spoken.
And Olympus is like, he takes a sip of his tea, and he's like, well, how about this? I'll let you guys scram, because I really like you two, but you're friends. I'm gonna need summer, autumn, winter, and I see Redwing back there. I'm gonna need her as well. You can cough them up, or I'll have to go ahead and just, end your fun little pirate adventure.
Emil just kind of narrows his eyes. What do you need them for?
Because they're hiding up here rather than doing the mission that Sin had assigned them to. It's that simple, really. you do what you're told, or I come and I tell you. But Novo, he's the one he's my teacher, although Summer kind of got the best of him. She was pretty tough. Don't let it fool you. I'm still learning my ways. But tongue is enough tongue. You guys have made your choice. He like sort of cracks his neck. I'm gonna have to go ahead and kill all of you now.
I yell out, Emil, you and Princess jump back. Alfred, now.
Emil like takes Princess by the hand and he basically uses a shave to get them at a distance quickly.
Okay, so he does use shave?
Yeah.
Okay, that is gonna use one of your tokens, unless you're going to use your paladin thing.
Yeah, no, I'm just using the regular one.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
that uses one of my tokens.
Okay. Alright, Ulfrin, go ahead. With advantage, because he's like sitting still.
He's sitting still, so I go ahead and charge in and do an overhead slam with my axe.
Alright.
See if it hits.
But you have advantage, so.
Yeah, so roll again, see if you go higher.
But that was very sad. That would have been a very sad start to all of this.
Yeah, I know, that would have been.
We only had one crit failure.
Yeah, I know. And Jeffrey's actually not too far away, isn't he?
Be accurate with your smash.
Oh!
Alright, yeah, that definitely hits.
Well, then let's do the... Oh, no. There we go.
Alright. How are you doing this?
Great. Oh, wait, actually, wait. Hold on.
Okay.
Double-edged axe. Two-handed.
Yep.
So does that mean I can roll again?
Oh, you do have 2 attacks. You are correct. Yeah. No, as long as you have 2 attacks. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, it wasn't like it was if I rolled like a 3 or something.
No, it's, if you rolled a 1 or a 2, you could re-roll your damage.
Yeah.
No.
But you do have a
But you
second
rolled a 3.
attack here.
So would I still roll a 1d12 on that?
I think you would roll the hit again first.
Yeah, you would go ahead and roll to hit. For your second
Oh, yeah.
one with advantage. Because he's just sitting still.
Yeah, because I can attack twice, can't I?
Yeah, as long as you attack once, you can attack twice. But if you don't
Yeah,
attack
so-
once... I know it's confusing.
So I attack again.
Yep. Oh my god, dude, you're so strong. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh boy. Let me
I imagine as he like brings his axe up, he like destroys the ceiling. That's so cool. Alright, so you bring your axe, so are you bringing your axe, so you bring your axe down, and your axe like hits him, and he, like the entire ground under him like cracks and it breaks. But it doesn't look like it did absolutely anything. You bring your axe back up and then you bring it down, and then it hits him, like lands on him again. And then it like bounces up. And he's just like, I guess we're getting this started then, huh?
Oh boy.
And he, like, this lightning consumes his body, and he just pierces through like the ceiling, and he just sort of vanishes. For a little second, for a little bit here. You guys have some time to think about stuff. and do stuff for a couple seconds here.
Well, then I move backwards a little bit.
Okay. All right, Alu.
My dagger.
We're gonna continue with this. I'm just gonna say this. I was trying to be vague about it, but there's no way for us to like be vague about it. All right, Alu. What are you looking for here?
I tell the dragon to stay here,
Okay.
and we'll be right back. And I tried to go, I guess, find the spot.
Spot. You see like this huge castle. It's kind of like it's very clear where you I guess need to go. Like,
Okay, I go to the castle.
yeah. And as you're walking past there, you see like these huge like jack-o'-lanterns looking down at you, and you see like this bottle, you see the spider in this bottle, and the spider looks down at you and is like like making noises.
Is it a giant spider?
It is a giant spider.
Okay.
And you see like another large bottle, and the bottle is like in like this, there's this yellow liquid, and there's like an eyeball inside, and the eyeball is just looking at you as you walk by. And January is like, wow, it's pretty cool over here, isn't it?
Sure?
Wow. Interesting. I thought with the whole, murdering prisoners, enslaving children, and destroying, countries and whatnot, I was pretty sure that you'd be into this sort of thing.
I don't think there's anything that can surprise me.
That's fair. I guess the pirate life does that to you. And then she puts her hand on the front door, and then she opens it. And
Aren't you gonna...
January is like, nah, fuck them. We're here on business. We don't have time to knock. Are you coming in? January like steps into like this castle. She's like, you coming in?
Yeah. I head on in.
All
And I
right.
put a blanket over the guy so they don't see him.
Okay. He's like, 1 second, let me rub one out. Wait, hold on. Wait a second. He's like, wait a second, let me put one on. And he like does more of the pillow drugs.
Oh.
Rub one out. Alright. So he's just fucked up. He's on drugs. He doesn't even know if this place is real or not. Alright. And then eventually you guys come to like this cathedral looking area. It looks like a church. And there's a bunch of like people sitting in the seats. And you see like this woman, she looks like a fishman. And you see her like kind of almost praying. Let me actually just look here. Yeah. Yeah, you see a woman, she's sort of like almost just praying. You see this big white bear, and on top of his shoulder is like this other mink, and they're like kind of laughing together. And then you see this fishman. It looks like there's a bunch of people here that just completely different ethnicities, different shades of skin.
Is June here?
Who are you asking?
Just the in general room.
Oh, everyone sort of turns to you and they're like, "Who's that? Is that January?" And they all sort of like some people give her a hug, some people are like glaring at her because they don't like her, and then the bear approaches you. Who's asking? And this is a huge, gigantic polar bear mink.
I have a present.
I do too. He lifts up his axe. What's your present? Or do I need to give you mine first?
It's under this, it's under the sheet.
And he puts his hand on the sheet. May I?
Well, you can only peek inside, because if you just fling off the thing, then I mean, it's gonna ruin the surprise.
He lifts it up, looks at it, kind of confused. Puts it back down. What am I looking at?
Well, maybe if you go get your master and stop being so nosy, you would figure it out.
I have no master.
January,
Yeah?
I'm gonna get angry.
What does that mean?
As in, she best come up here now. I ain't got no time to be wasting.
January's like, alright, we can go look for her. You guys are like kind of running around the place. And then this girl, she sort of stops you. And she looks like an Oni, and she has like these huge horns, like white hair. And she says, oh, hi January. And she says, she looks at you. She goes, oh, a mink. That's quite cool. And she just stares at you guys as you guys are walking past.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Who is that, January?
Oh, January's like, that's Onigiri. That's July's wife. And
July.
yeah, July.
Is that the one that had the invisible?
No, that was December.
You know what? There's just too many. Okay, let's just.
I
keep
agree. There's
going.
too many too. When I become king of the pirates, I'll be the last one. Don't worry.
Okay.
And then eventually there's like this back room area, and then you see this woman with like a backpack. She has like a timer on it. She has like a bunch of cords wrapping up the backpack, and there's a bunch of like baubles and stuff on her head, and like dials, and a bunch of like cords on the back of her neck, and a bunch of like pipes on the back of her neck. And January like looks in annoyance. That's her. And she has blue hair. But she looks very young. She looks very, very young.
Interesting. So that's her?
It's her. She looks
Okay.
very, 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 very young.
I tell her that I have a surprise.
She's just like fiddling with like this pen, and she's like, who are you? Let me guess. You want something? Do you want me to build you something? What do you want? Fortress, island? Do you want me to build you a space laser? The last person asked for that. What do you want?
Now that you mention it,
What? Oh, space laser? Yeah, there's one in the garage. Just grab it. God.
well, if you're gonna be that nice, especially since I'm bringing probably the best present you've ever received, then yeah, there's a couple of things I would like to have. I would like to have. Is this like a McDonald's order? I want a nice ship with a laser on it, maybe 2, and that's all I could think of right now.
Yeah, forget the doomsday devices.
All the doomsday devices, and I want it to be able to fly, and Um,
That
have
sounds.
some sort of protective shield on it.
She says, when I build those, come on. You guys give me something challenging.
Okay, I want to be able to become invisible. Completely invisible that nobody
Something
can see.
challenging, come on.
Well, give me that too.
My God.
I want the ship, the invisibility, and
Come invisibility, I built that in my mother's womb. Come on.
Okay, we're gonna have a huge ship. We'll just put a McDonald's in it so we have something to eat.
let me see. What else can I have?
Alright, just go. You come back. I have things I have to do. I'm waiting for my.
Aren't you gonna look at your present?
What? My present?
Yeah, I brought you a present to get these things.
Oh. Okay. Is it my daughter? She's been missing for a few days. My daughter,
What?
is my daughter. She's been missing for a few days. She's always out surfing out on the sea.
For fuck's sake. No, but I guess I could go look for her too.
No, it's fine. I mean, what is your present?
Are you ready?
I think so.
I pull the sheet off. Ta-da!
She looks for a second, and she's like her eyes get really big. And she's like, "Oh my gosh!" And he lifts up the duffel bag, and he's like, "Look, babe." And she like looks at the pillows. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you even brought the stuff." And he's like, "Yeah." And just like right there on the spot, they just start fucking going at it. just right there.
At least,
They just
Okay.
they just start breaking it up into lines, and then she's like, "Oh fuck, I'll build you whatever you want."
at least they're compatible, I guess. So I'll expect that invisible ship plus the invisible cloak
Is
and the
it?
ship for her. January brought me here, so you're gonna have to thank her too. But I want me a ship that can turn invisible along with an invisibility cloak.
I guess I don't know. I mean, that's it. Like, I mean,
Oh,
you have your entire
wait.
imagination, and that's it.
Okay. 2 lasers.
2 lasers. Just adding an extra number onto it, huh? I'm more of 3 myself. She lifts up her hair and you see like this third eye that she has. I don't know. Whatever you ask for, I'll typically have to build it twice. And I'll destroy those and I'll give you your third one.
Okay, what time are we looking at around, receiving said?
I guess it depends. We have a couple of those already sitting in the garage. You can just grab one if you want. But, if you want an extra special one, it'll probably take a few hours for me to build. Maybe a couple minutes. I don't know, it depends.
Okay, build me the most awesomest ship ever, along with an invisibility cloak, because I really want one of those.
So when you say
And-
ever, do you mean ever?
Ever.
Okay. Don't say that you don't regret it.
Except
You're
the
gonna...
one that's be the most hardcore, unbreakable ship with invisibility ever.
Okay. Well, so I'll get on that. Currently, I guess there's an issue over at the castle, so we're all getting ready to actually move over there. But, so after we deal with that, I'll build you your ship. But since it's the most awesome ship ever, it's probably gonna take about 8 hours.
That's fine. So, whose side are
Wait, what'd you say?
whose side are you on again? Like, are you there for the people that are destroying the town, or the people that are protecting the town?
She says, well, we don't really know what any problem is, but Summer's our good friend, and we're not gonna allow any harm to come to her.
Hmm.
Why? Is there an issue?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Well,
Uh,
not all of us like Summer. Honestly, I'm just here to...
sure that we're not, nope, that seems fine.
Alright, well, you brought me this idiot. And she smiles at him. And I'm sure that...
1,000 years.
Yeah, she lifts up like the back of her head and all the gears and stuff. For better or for worse. I mean, my daughter's kind of really mad at me for giving her eternal life. But... Huh. And then she looks at you. Well, you could ask for anything, but... Are you sure you want anything? Alright, I'll just build the ship like you asked. That's it. But we have to go now.
If there's no, repercussions, then yeah.
Nope. So I'm thinking of, and she gives you the blueprints, and this is really complicated, but basically you're looking at an entire island with like 30 helicopters, like a bunch of jets and a bunch of planes on it, and the islands have like thrusters, and then there's like lasers that come down from the island and like shoot people from like as the island flies over. But then the island has like a dome over it that like protects it. And then she says, well, I could give you this because it's already done, but you said the best ship, and this isn't the best.
I mean, yeah, if it's gonna look better than this, then,
Yeah, of course. I mean, we could put a few restaurants on it, and I might be able to help you out. What are you thinking? Can you give me a few restaurants that you might really want on there?
oh yeah.
Okay.
But then January has to have her own ship, because that's gonna be my ship.
Oh, January? Yeah, January, just... She kind of rolls her eyes. January, you just grab one from the garage. I mean, there's thousands in there to choose from. Come on. Come on with the restaurants. I'll have all day.
Oh, you want the restaurants now?
Yes, I want the restaurants now. I mean, and she does like another line. Fuck. Oh my gosh.
Let's do a ramen
Ramen?
shop and,
Okay. Done.
I just named the restaurant that I think are cool, because I don't know.
Okay. And she's like, well, the only issue is this whole thing's going to be piloted. Every single restaurant, every car, everything on it is going to be like just one button from the whole cockpit of the... Is that going to be okay with you?
I think so.
Alright, yep. No, alright, well, that's all going to take about... Well, we're looking at about 30 restaurants on this floating island death ship. So, it's going to take about 9 hours to build. Is that going to be okay with you? Here.
How long did you say?
About 9 hours.
9 hours? Can it go invisible?
I can put a cloaking device on it.
Yeah, that'll work.
I got the cloaking device from Big Berry Island, actually.
Okay.
Alright, and then... Alright, going back to everybody else. Alright, have we all done what we want to do? Are we healing? What is everybody doing right now? In those few seconds you guys have.
Well, I know Jeffrey's picking up his
dagger.
Yep.
I've kind of moved back away from where he was and where I slammed down. So now I'm just what I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably gonna go ahead and move closer to where Emil and Princess is, pull out my shield and slam it vertically down.
Oh wow, okay.
Okay.
Create a wall.
Dude, that was fucking badass. Alright.
I will climb up to the top of Ulfric.
Okay. Alright. So, and then...
Well,
Whisper sweet lovings in his ear as I walk by.
he just
can
hides.
I at least say something real quick?
Yeah.
Emil, Princess, make sure you should, if it gets really too bad, stay behind the shield.
Will do.
Ah, sure. But I'm more of an upfront type of person. She starts like swinging out the air like super unprofessionally, looking like she's gonna cut herself.
Emil, make sure that doesn't become a problem.
Yeah, that's kind of my cute.
I like to yell at Princess, stay in front of Emil behind the shield.
She's like, I'm gonna kick all kinds of butt.
You know, I know it wasn't meant to be a rhyme, but that was really close. Bravo.
That was really good. Alright. Well, all the plans you guys have, the entire castle starts shaking, and eventually they break apart, and eventually all you see is like the sky. And the entire floor, like the entire castle gets broken up into millions of pieces. As I said, this is a huge castle, so millions isn't like a whole lot, relatively speaking, in size. And all of you guys like completely get separated. Emil and Princess, and all of these gigantic chunks are in the sky, and it just sort of leaves Emil and Princess, Gunnar, Jeffrey, and then Ulfrin sort of like here. But then there's like also dragons like kind of flying around, and everyone is just sort of like jumping between the sky debris that's like floating in the sky. But the debris is like the size, again, this debris is like the size of an island, right? So the debris is very large. So Ulfrin, Jeffrey, Gunnar, Emil, and Princess, they're kind of all on like this one debris island, while all of the other debris, everyone else is trying to accumulate. But then there's also these dragons flying around, which have been flying around. But then the sky cracks, and the sky splits open, and this hand like grabs at like the crack in the sky, and another hand comes out, and it's this white hand with like muscle running up it, and the hand starts spreading the crack apart, creating this gigantic hole in the sky. And then eventually this huge man, he's so large, like he's blocking out a gigantic part of the sun. This huge man like pulls himself out of this hole in the sky, and he has like this white cloak on, this huge white beard, and he has like this bag. And he has a bunch of, hear me out, he has a bunch of like lightning bolts in this bag. But he's just like floating high up in the sky, looking down at all of you guys.
Well, crap.
How high up is he?
He's very high. None of you guys can physically reach him. He is maybe like 100.
Excuse me.
What? What? What?
I might can reach him.
Okay, yeah, you guys, oh yeah, that's true. You guys have the, okay.
Uh-huh. I have
Questions.
Answer.
Can Ulfrin throw me?
Yeah, sure. You guys haven't rolled for initiative yet. Technically, there hasn't really been a fight that has started. So yeah. But
Well,
he
do we
opened.
want to roll for initiative?
Yeah. He
I have
opened.
an idea.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, so I tighten the straps to my brand new shitty looking jet.
All right.
I look at Captain. You ready?
Oh, are we going for a ride?
Oh, we going. So I grab him, and I'm gonna hold him tight, and I'm gonna fly up towards the lightning bastard.
All right. He opens up his eyes, and his eyes are like these pure blue lights with like lightning climbing out of his face. And he says in the super, when he talks, his voice sort of echoes throughout like the entire place. And he says, if you guys haven't figured out, he has the mythical human type Zeus. Yeah, mythical zone type Zeus. Yeah. So he opens up his eyes and he goes, "I warned you," as this puncturing voice echoes over, like quaking everything. Now it's time. Oh yeah, Luke.
Yeah, y'all do have Apollo.
I forget I have him because, he doesn't hit anything.
Wait, Emil. What is it? I want to know what Emil's character is like. Like Emil sees this thing come out of the sky and he's like, "Fuck, we should have took his offer." Like, to be honest.
Apollo and Zeus would be brothers, right?
I don't.
No, Apollo is the son of Zeus.
Okay. So, we have a conversation.
But Apollo's
Actually, Zeus.
Apollo's not immediately here at the moment, but I'll make something happen for you, Lou.
I'll go pick him up in my island ship.
Hey, you still have a lot of time before that's done.
I think I'd like to ask the captain if we still have the DFR.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Might could try to use it on him.
You want me to
Where is
run?
that? I'm currently flying with Jeffrey in his brand new jetpack.
Yeah, Gunnar, you have it on you.
Okay.
Lou was gonna actually use it last session, but then I was like, actually, the Gunnar has it on him. Emil, I want to know what your character's thinking in this moment.
He's basically bracing himself. He knew what was going to happen when he refused that offer, but he also knows that he wasn't about to chicken out either. So he's just making sure that Princess stays close to him.
Oh,
Emil, when the next game I play, I'm gonna be your character, but level 10. I'm going to switch sides back and forth. Like the strongest person, I'm going to their side. I'm gonna be your character, but dial it up. I love your character so much. All right, so Gunnar and Jeffrey, what are you guys gonna do here?
that DFR actually sounds like a good idea. I think using it on this guy might be the way to go.
I guess you think so. Okay, I do have a question. Would you guys have been upset if this was like that god devil fruit, that super powerful devil fruit that you guys have been searching for a long time? Like, if this was the devil fruit, would you guys have been mad at that?
No,
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't have anyways.
Okay, because it was gonna be that, but then I decided against it.
Did you decide against it, or did something else happen that it's no longer
We will never know.
I decided like a better, I like something better for it to be stronger. Oh wait, what? Luke?
Quick thing, I want to make sure that my new buddy is still acting like my shadow.
He is still acting as your shadow.
Okay.
He is kind of like under you. Like,
I've seen.
yeah, you see him. Like when when you look at him, it vaguely resembles you. Vaguely. It's super cool. All right. So he's.
So that's who he is. Okay.
I want to make nobody knows that I have him on me.
Nobody knows. In character, like not nobody knows.
Nobody knows in character, but I've put the pieces together.
Alright, so Zeus, he says, what are you guys gonna do now? Has all this, again, all the voices and stuff echoing. I now have to ask you, it is 1 a.m. Are you guys like, no, because this fight, it could be like 2 hours for all I know. I don't know. It depends on how everyone rolls.
Yeah.
Are you guys like, let's keep it moving? Are you guys like...
It is 1 a.m. and I do have to work tomorrow morning.
I think this is a good cliffhanger to leave off on.
Okay. Okay.
I hate to do it, but
No, that's okay.
I know this.
I think we've all been there at least once, so.
Alright. Well, I'm so excited with everything that's happening. We got Zeus here. We got... Wait, hold on. What do you got? What's your guys' thoughts on the... I know that your in-game characters don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on like the ship you guys may or may not be getting?
May or may not be getting. As far as I know, we're not getting it. This is a Lou's personal ship now.
Yeah. So we think nothing because we don't know.
Alright.
Can I stay out of character, or should that be more of a...
Let's wait until the next session.
Yeah, they want to save it, so we'll go ahead and save it.
Alright.
Just
No.
because I know there's probably a lot of other answers that need to be filled in.
Thank you for playing, everybody. I had a lot of fun.
Thanks for hosting.
Yeah, of course. Alright. Hey, but how did I do this session? Are we doing okay? Like, are you guys like, this is super fun? Or are you guys like, no, this is ass? Where are we sitting at?
I do enjoy this.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it so far too.
Thank you. Like, over in the meal, I know you guys joined in at a really weird time, and the story is probably just not making a whole lot of sense to you.
That's fine.
Honestly, it makes a little bit more sense, but only because I kind of know, like, I know animes and stuff like that, so I kind of have, like, a general premise of what it's like.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
So it's not like we're kind of jumping in blindly. I mean, if we didn't know what anime was, then yeah, it would be like a total culture shock, but I already know some animes. I've watched some animes. Attack on Titan, Fairy Tail. I've watched quite a few animes.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Well,
I've even watched a few episodes of One Piece. It's not like I know of One Piece.
hell yeah.
Just of course now. Because the thing is now there's actually 2 iterations of it. There's the One Piece and One Piece.
Oh yeah, in the live action. Well, yeah.
No, it's not. It's not even just the live action. It's a
More streamlined anime.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that there's also the live action.
The live action too, yeah. Yeah, I know when season 2's supposed to come out.
No, I'm not sure. I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording. Dang.